Harud came across Iris and wondered, why is her ugly face the first thing I see? But as they started heading to class, she told him, I'm in a different class, and left. Lisa then began wondering again, is she really human? Harud told her she was, but thought it was irrelevant. After all, she wasn't evil. As he entered the classroom, all the students were stunned at the sight of him, but Harud thought, they can't ignore my worthless body forever. He decided to sit down. The useless teacher began announcing, you'll be taking a test that will determine your promotion to the next class. Harud thought, this is my chance to get kicked out even sooner. He figured he could just write complete nonsense. But when he got the papers, he realized, these questions are too easy. He had studied them while Char was much younger. Suspicious, he began thinking, is this teacher trying to play tricks on us? Still, he filled in all the answers. After the test, the teacher revealed that all the other students had basically scored 0, but Harud, he scored above average. The teacher was impressed and the students began applauding him. Before he knew it, he was promoted to the same class as Lise and Iris, who immediately dragged him off to their seats. But as they began arguing over who should sit closer to him, the teacher walked in, introducing herself as Oratoria. Harud instantly realized, this is going to be hard, and not just the class. Oratoria began threatening to kick anyone out if they failed to answer her questions. She revealed a glowing crystal orb and commanded Iris to touch it. As the orb began to glow, she discovered Iris possessed all the elements, but her mana was only at level 5. Oratoria thought she could help her increase it, so the ugly teacher asked her to join her group, but Iris, afraid, declined. Right then, Harud activated his mana calculator and realized Iris had no other abilities, but Oratoria began saying new abilities can always be developed. Harud revealed they can also be hidden, thinking, hey, I'm a genius. Oratoria was stunned. You're special. Your talent is extremely rare. She began shaking him up and down, pleading for him to join her lab. He wished she'd be shaking something else up and down instead. He apologized. It was too hard for him to even stand afterward. The next day at the research lab, the dwarf teacher was glad she had successfully won them over. But as Harud's clone tried sneaking away, they discovered that Shat was bound up in her office. She began explaining that Schneid was asking for the Visse block to be removed. But it was ancient magic. She'd spent all night casting spells, but couldn't move it. She pierced his shoulder and discovered the object was inside his body, passing through an invisible barrier. This is definitely ancient magic, she muttered. Desperate to find out who the caster was, she smacked the useless Schneid until he regained consciousness. But as he spotted the clone, he began growling, I'll crush you! Tereda slapped him and said, shut your ugly mouth! She revealed the Visse block couldn't be removed, only the original caster could do it. Cornered, Schneid finally described, the Black Knight! Tereda realized the mysterious hero had arrived in the capital the same time as Harud. Could they be the same person? She commanded the clone to confess. He tried explaining he wasn't the hero, but she thought, liar, disgusting weakling. She continued pressuring him to reveal his secrets. Just then, the Black Knight appeared. I've brought justice to the capital, he declared. He promised to eventually remove the Visse block from Schneid's shoulder. Call off the duel, he ordered. Defeated, Schneid agreed, but as Harud tried leaving, he realized he was already trapped in binding magic. Tereda grinned. Got you. But Harud activated his mana calculator. Earth and dark, that's all you've got, she sneered. I've got 1,000 questions for you. But Harud instantly broke free. Tereda realized she was now the one stuck, frozen in place. Let me go, she cried. I'm gonna piss myself, she begged him, even offered her body in desperation. A few hours later, with Harud gone, Tereda toasted the newcomers. But by the time the celebration ended, they all passed out. Meanwhile, Schneid was furious over canceling the duel. Now everyone will think I'm a weak, pathetic loser. Desperate to reclaim his honor, he commanded his assassin unit to eliminate everyone in the research building. That night, while preparing their ambush, the assassins found Harud's clone and others asleep in a room. This'll be easy, they thought. But suddenly, wham! One assassin ran into an invisible barrier. Their leader ordered a full sweep. The barrier had completely surrounded the building. Trying to stab through it, one assassin realized it didn't even leave a scratch. Then a door appeared. But when one man tried to enter, a hand dragged him inside. Stunned, the leader yelled, "Burn the door!" But the blast disappeared into another dimension. More doors appeared. One knight after another stepped out, and the assassins tried attacking. But wait, the knights were actually their own men. "What the hell is going on?" the leader shouted. Then Harud revealed himself. As the leader tried casting a spell, it shattered. "I've already trapped you in a barrier," Harud said. "Now confess." A few hours later, after dumping their worthless bodies at Schneid's castle, Harud reviewed the surveillance footage. Schneid watched, shocked. "How did you—" Then, desperate and unhinged, he injected himself with venom and transformed into a massive monster. His body kept expanding, filling the entire room. Harud was punched out of the building. He landed, stunned, as the monster loomed over him. "What the hell is this? A botched experiment?" Just then, Char appeared on the screen. "Harud, please, spare him." Moved, Harud decided to hold back. He dodged the monster's blows, but it eventually shattered his barrier. "This thing's stronger than the golem." Harud summoned a stronger barrier and struck the creature's chest. It didn't even flinch. It smashed him, but he fought back, casting smaller barriers on its arms, separating them. But the monster regenerated instantly. "This fight will never end," Char suggested. "Peel off the monster's skin." Brilliant! Harud summoned 1,000 swords from the flames of purgatory. As thick red clouds filled the sky, the blades rained down, slicing through the monster until only Schneid remained. But Schneid was caught in a trance. "I'll let you live," Harud offered. Schneid ran away, terrified. The venom must have scrambled his mind. Harud thought, "I'd better retrieve it before it creates another monster." That night, his clones stared out the window, realizing this was the first time in his life he had people he cared about, and people who cared about him. Let me know.